today's video is gonna be a review video, as you can tell by the title. I apologize if you're tired of this particular brand and particular product, but I have been wanting to get my opinions out there because I've seen so many videos on this and I feel like you guys need to hear what I have to say. So I'm going to be doing swatches and also giving you a first impressions and a review of the products. Just in case you clicked on this video without looking at the title, it's going to be on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipsticks. Now originally I had ordered 11. I ordered them like 3 separate orders because I kept changing my mind. I wanted Pure Hollywood because everybody was talking about Pure Hollywood. I didn't really feel like I needed to get the whole collection because there are 19 shades and I do have a lot of other liquid lipsticks and I do have a lot of the colours that they already had, so I felt like I didn't need to buy anything else besides Pure Hollywood and a couple others. I think this product had to be the most anticipated and most wanted item, especially when it came out on Instagram. I feel like Instagram is of the devil because you literally buy things you don't need just because everybody has it. It makes you feel like if you don't have it, you're a loser. I have to get mine. I have to be part of the cool people. Literally everyone was raving about it and how amazing it is, and I was like, okay, I really need to try it. Like, I'm literally obsessed with liquid lipsticks right now, and I feel like a lot of companies, a lot of brands are bringing out their own versions too, so I was like, why not? There's always space for more lip products in my collection. A quick definition of what a liquid lipstick is. It's basically a lip gloss type thing that will dry to a lipstick. So it starts off being liquidy and then dries to a matte finish. So usually liquid lipsticks are hard to take off and they last all day and have no transfer. From a liquid lipstick you'd want something that's going to last you all day. And you know how much I read about the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks and they're amazing, so I had to get these. But to put it in a nice way, I was very disappointed with these products, but I'm gonna start off with the positives and then move on to the negatives. It comes in 19 shades. I initially got 11. Okay, so I got Pure Hollywood, which by the way was such an overhyped colour that it was so upsetting that I had to sell it. I sold it on eBay because I just could not stand looking at that thing. I want to be able to not have to do too much to make a colour work, and for me personally, I wasn't feeling that shade. I think it just looks different to different people, different on Instagram, different in person. I was going to show you in this video, but looking at it just really depressed me, so I was like, this needs to go. So I sold it on eBay and I happened to sell it for double what I paid for it. And then I got Lovely, which is like a darker version of Pure Hollywood. And then I got Neon Coral and I had to sell that as well. Then I got Electric Coral, Party Pink, Vintage, Heather's, Vamp, and lastly Sad Girl. So the liquid lipsticks are pretty pigmented. They do come off quite wet, quite liquidy, a lot more liquidy than the Kat Von D ones. I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons with my other brands because I do have other brands that do liquid lipsticks, so just to make it easier. So thinking that they'd be very pigmented, you'd think that they would last on your lips all day. They don't. By the way, I bought all these with my own money. For the other people who have reviewed this, I really don't know if it's because they were sent them for free that they had to give an all-round positive review. I don't know, or maybe it just worked out that way for them. But when I was listening to a lot of the videos, I was like, but that's not true, that's not true, but that doesn't happen, but that, like, I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, am I the only one who doesn't feel this way? I have seen 2 videos that actually what I will see is telling the truth about these products, and I'm happy because I felt like I was like the only one hating or something. So they are pigmented, but I feel like the lighter shades are difficult. You have to really, like, they're so wet and so liquidy that you have to either use a lip brush or just kind of put a little bit on your lips and then kind of blend it together. Too much of it just looks a mess basically. I feel like the lighter shades end up being patchy and they definitely sink into your lip lines. If you do have lines on your lips, they do sink in. The lighter shades, the darker shades not so much. They're able to kind of cover up all this area, so you're fine with darker shades, but the light shades like Lovely, Party Pink and Neon Coral, these 3 are not flattering in terms of, they really do accentuate those lines in your lips, and I really did not like that. Doesn't matter if you moisturize or you put a lip balm before it, it does accentuate those lines, and I don't like that at all. I think the way of making them work is probably to fill in your lips with like a pencil that's close to it, a lip pencil that's close to that shade. That might stop the lines from showing. I haven't tried it. I might do with the lighter shades. The colours are really nice and they do range from light to dark, and they definitely complement a lot of skin tones. I just wish the formulation was consistent. So after you've applied it, do they transfer? How long do they last? I happen to have swatched two here. This is the Limecrime Salem, so I'll go back to that in a bit. But I happen to swatch Heather's and Vamp. This has been on for like an hour and a half, about 2 hours now. I'm just going to swipe my finger across it. As you can see, it comes off. This might just not be a big deal, but I feel like with liquid lipsticks, they should be transfer free. I'm going to swatch one of my Kat Von D lipsticks on this side. We're going to come back to it just to give you a comparison. I do not like the fact that it transfers. So when I eat, it's all over. Literally, if I drink something, I find it transfers to the cup. If I eat something, it's not good. Maybe just because I'm just used to my other brands, that I just find this a bit of a big deal. So they do transfer, and I feel like after a while, the darker shades, after a while, they do kind of fade in the center of my lips. I literally have to layer on the lipstick like 3 times, and I do have to touch up as well, like throughout the day. So I'm just thinking to myself, this should not be happening. This is not a normal lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick. It should be hard to take off, which means it should be difficult to get the color to transfer anywhere. So that really let me down. So when I was watching other people's, they would either not mention it, or just say that it doesn't do what I've just said it does. So I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, for them to look intense and pigmented on your lips, you have to layer. So I put on the first layer, wait for it to dry, I put on the second layer. Literally what I've been wearing the most is Sad Girl. You've probably been seeing it a lot on my Instagram, and I have a love-hate relationship with this lip colour, but I love the colour. It's just so unique. It does have a bit of glitter, so I feel like when I start eating things and drinking stuff, it starts to kind of crumble, and I'm just like, what's going on? I wore this on a night out and I hardly even ate. I probably just drank stuff, and I used the straw. I had to reapply when I went to the toilet. I had to reapply in the center because it literally just faded. So it really does bug me that nobody else, or the majority of the people on here, haven't really mentioned these things. Or I feel like they're omitting these points. And I feel like if you're paying $20 for a liquid lipstick, you need to be getting what you're paying for. It needs to do what it says, and I feel like they're my least favorite right now. And it's so sad to say, because I really like the brand. I really like ABH. I like how it looks on other people. Unfortunately, I've had to sell every eyeshadow palette that I've bought from that brand. They just haven't seemed to work for me. They're never as pigmented as I would expect, but they look good on other people. And I have started using their brow pomade again. I knew I did a review on that, and I said that I didn't really need that, but I've kind of started using it again. But this really upset me. Like, I was so disappointed. Like I said, $20 for each liquid lipstick. So it really pained me. Like, it honestly really pained me. I don't really reach for them. I just really like the way Sad Girl looks with my hair colour, so I've been using that the most. But everything else, I just really haven't. I think I've just tried the one time, and that's it. They're just sitting in my collection. So would I recommend these liquid lipsticks? I would say probably just maybe buy one or two. Never tried one out before, and I guess you can probably buy one or two, but I wouldn't say they're the best on the market. And I will definitely tell you my favourite colours, but in terms of the quality, they did kind of let me down. And I don't know if I'm sounding a bit too harsh, but I've actually seen worse reviews, to be honest. But I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship. I'm just really disappointed, because I feel like it was so hyped, it was so anticipated, everybody was literally going on about it, and it seems like majority of people who receive these items for free kind of just gave a positive review all around. I wouldn't want to let you guys go out and buy something if I really truly didn't feel 100% happy with it. But if you do want to try it out, I would definitely suggest some shades to try that I feel like are pretty good. So my favourite out of the ones I have are definitely Sad Girl. This is such a really nice shade. It definitely does complement a lot of skin, literally every skin tone. Vamp is also a good shade. I will continue to like and support them. I don't have a problem with them as a brand. I just feel like this particular line was a miss for me, especially because I've raved so much about the Kat Von D that I still feel like they're the top of my list right now. I mean, the Kat Von D ones are $13 and they definitely are worth the price. Because a lot of people were saying how the Kat Von D ones were expensive, but then loads of people bought the ABH ones. But I feel like these definitely do the job and I would honestly not sleep on them. They are amazing. I never have to touch up. I never have to over like layer my lips just so I can get the colour to stay to show up, and they don't transfer or anything. They don't get crumbly. It's just nice. This is the purple I was showing you before. I'm just gonna rub my finger against it. There's literally no colour transfer. This is just a few minutes and these two have been on these two have been there for like 2 hours. It is so, I'm gonna swatch it again just to show you that, you know, look at that. That is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And this is the middle one. It's, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's not a big deal for you guys, but it really was for me. Heather's is also a good shade as well to try out. I really like this shade. And if you're looking for a nice blue tone red, I would also go for American Doll. I don't really have many liquid lipstick reds. Actually I do, that's not true. I have a couple, but this is such a nice shade as well. So these four are probably the only ones I recommend. I'd probably go for all the darker shades. Vintage isn't really a unique shade because I do have a lot of purples, but it is a nice purple shade as well. So these four are the ones I would recommend. Let me know what your thoughts are and how you found them, if you have them, if you haven't bought them. These are my opinion. You don't have to take them if you don't want to. If you feel like I was being too negative, then I'm sorry, but this is just how I feel and this is what I would want someone to tell me before I buy something. So that's it for the video. If you want me to review anything else or if you have any new products to review, by the way, I won't be reviewing their cream contour kit because that is also another fail personally for me, and only a couple of people on here have actually addressed that as well, so I'm glad that that's the case. And I feel like I don't really need to have an extra step in my routine. Cream contour, you'd need to set it with a powder as well to keep it in place. That's an extra step that I don't need. I do a full face a lot, so I don't need to add an extra layer to my face. So I know a lot of people have asked for a review. I won't be doing one basically. Anyway, I do like their powder contour kits, by the way. They're amazing. They have a lot of shades in that. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.